Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to some more Ironman. And I've been doing quite a few clue scrolls lately. I get one in a second here that I end up having to drop, but 68 Slayer is nice to achieve, as well as a few other miscellaneous drops from the Arbor Inspectors. But my main goal for today is to get the Legends quest on, and anything related to getting that goal is kind of what I'm going for. 45 farming, probably not exactly relevant to a requirement, but I am farming herbs so I can get my level up, because I do need 45 Herblore to do the Legends quest. I also need to do a few sub-quests out of the way before I can get stuck into the big juicy one, the main event of course. So, Family Crest, unlocking the Steel Gauntlets is going to be very useful later on. It's also a requirement for the quest itself, so getting that done was great, as well as the Underground Pass. I included the ending clips of those two quests. They are not exactly the easiest to get done though, both of them. Underground Pass wasn't too difficult, but I got it done eventually. But what I'm doing here is essentially collecting ashes so I can create Serum 207 potions. These are unlocked via a wonky as quest, I think Shades of Miracle or something like that. And they're kind of like a really good way to use some of the herbs that you wouldn't necessarily use to train. So I think Terramin and Ashes is what are required to create Serum 207s. So I'm going to be fire making enough logs to get myself a few things here. I want to get the requirements for Desert Treasure, being 50 fire making, and I also want to get enough ashes to make enough Serum 207s to get to the point where I have the Herblore requirement for the Legends quest. Okay, so that is 50 fire making. I think that's a requirement for Desert Treasure. I'm pretty sure 50 is required for something. However, I think I will stop there. I was tempted to stop after I had enough to finish the Terramin that I had. Of course, I have to light this last log because OCD will destroy me if I do not. But as far as I know, I'm pretty sure I didn't have any ashes before I began. So since then, I've gotten 415. Obviously, I didn't collect every single ash that was on the ground. I was fairly kind of lenient with that, but 400 is a good amount considering I think I only have 186 Terramin, but my starting experience at fire making, I'm not sure, I think it was like 38. So that was quite a few logs, but the thing that's more important right now is Herblore, so I'm going to get stuck into that, take a look at that experience, and hopefully I can make it change. So at the end of all the Serum 207s, that is where we're at. I might be able to boost it with a stew for Legends, but I'm unsure. I think I would just be safe to get 45. I've got a few Toad Flax. I wonder if I can actually use them, because if I can, that's an extremely good resource. However, I don't think I will be able to use them. Agility potions, I guess I could make, but I'm pretty sure Toad Flax have a better use down the track. Maybe it even is used in Sour Brews. So I don't know what exactly I want to do. All that I do know is that I have a few unfinished Raynor pots, which is great. I don't know where I've put those, but I've got at least 100 of them. There they are there. So I'm going to go ahead and collect some Snape Grass. So at 44, I've definitely run into a minor issue. The reason why I say it's minor is because I think there's a few ways I can fix this. I'm currently 2,000 experience off 45. I'm just checking how much I get for each attack bot. That's disgusting. So I need to make 83 more of those. Even if I bought all the newts, I wouldn't have enough. But I think plan B is to make energy pots. I might check how much experience each one gives, because I'm fairly confident with this. I could probably get 45 from there. So yeah, if I do that, I only need 30 of these, so I'm definitely going to be making these, and I think that'll definitely get us over the line to 45. So with Legends, I don't know if I'm going to complete it, but you guys saw the clue scroll. It's in Kazakhstan jungle, so whatever allows me to get up to that clue scroll, up until that point, I think I'll just do that. I'll see how I go though. I might finish Legends if I feel like it. Okay, there is 45. That's a good feeling to have. So super attack pods rather have been unlocked. I don't have many Irets to this at the moment, I do believe. 61 isn't too bad, but the secondaries are quite easy to get, and it seems like I've been getting a lot of the seeds. So I've started growing them in the last few patches. So super attacks are going to be something I'm probably going to have a lot of over time, I suppose, if the supply of Irets keeps staying the way it has been. So things are coming along nicely. Hopefully the clue scroll I'm about to do can accelerate that even further. So wish me luck on my reward. It is definitely a good feeling seeing every single requirement crossed off that list, for sure. I think it just hit me. All this time, I read the first requirement, Karazi Jungle, and I was like, okay, we can probably do that. Double agents, we can probably kill that. However, equip any vestment stole and a heraldic rune shield. These items, however, I do not think I can get. I don't even know where to get a stole to begin with. But after approximately 15 seconds of looking on Wikipedia, it seems to be pretty obvious that I need to get them from a level 3 clue scroll. So that one has zero potential of being completed, unfortunately, but I mean, I guess I can still do Legends Quest, and anytime I have to go to the Karazi in the future, I can get there. Hopefully, I just don't need the stole, because that would be annoying, wouldn't it? Alright, so moving on to the actual quest itself, you'll notice that throughout my Ironman series, I kind of cut out a lot of the questing in terms of the actual content of the quest. This quest, however, does have some nice looking environments in it. It's kind of strange, but Legends Quest has the best looking stuff in RuneScape, and you only get to see it once, which is a little bit weird, You think you'd this fiery little star, as if this isn't all over the place. Just put one in Varrock, why the fuck not? It looks nice. But yes, I thought I'd include a few of the cutscenes and also the fights of this quest, because they do actually look quite nice, and I'd never done this quest before, and it kind of caught me off guard, how good this quest looked, considering that I was playing RuneScape, and that's not exactly why I play the game. Right, I think I'm at the very end of the quest here. He's given me things to choose, so it's pretty obvious it's the end here, but that quest was probably the most difficult quest I've ever done. But in reward, we get a bunch of Herbler experience. I think we can train it 4 times. So, yeah, we're going to get from 45 to God knows what, which is actually pretty sick. I imagine if I was just training Herbler outright, I don't think I would have got that much experience. So, I think that's another level up. So, we've got 2 so far. Let's see if we can get 48. I'll be happy with 48. And I'm pretty confident we will get it. But that was probably the worst quest I've ever done. Legends Quest is a quest I've never done ever up until now, so I kind of didn't know what to expect. I thought it'd be fairly simple. I thought I'd just knock it out of the way as I was doing the clue scroll, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. It was just an absolute grind. So yeah, as a result, 4 quest points. Legend Guild is accessible. And almost 50 Herblore from it. So that's a sick reward for a really pain in the ass of a quest, but I want to get a cape. I don't know if I can get a cape from here. I'm going to go look around until I find one. So I found it, but I forgot coins. I did not realize that you could buy any of this stuff here before. For those who've never seen the shop before, there's Mithril Seeds, Dusty Keys, Maze Keys. I think that might be Melzar's Maze. I have no idea which Maze Key that is for, but the Cape of Legends, I'll buy a couple of those, and then obviously the shield right half. So that thing, even if I get the left half, I don't know if I'll make it. It's just a very expensive thing to do, and I don't even know. I think you need a smithing level as well to get that done, but I'm going to go ahead and buy this cape simply so I can show it off. It may not give any bonuses. It might, but yeah, I've never worn one before, so I don't exactly know, and I'm kind of intrigued to test it out. So I think I'll take all 3. I'd like to get more, actually. They kind of look like panty skirts. But that's a look. +7 all around the board. It's kind of I don't know, 70% as good as an Obby cape. So that's not too bad. I think the only exception for when not to use this cape will be if it's against a magic offensive based enemy, such as a Aberrant Spectre. In that case, I'll probably use the God cape that I got previously before then. So anyway, it's nice to have this cape. However, I didn't realize there was a bank here. I went and banked at RD, and it was a little bit awkward when I came up this thing and saw a bunch of just dead, cold looking bankers staring at me. It's a little weird, not gonna lie, but I'm glad to get that quest out of the way, and I might look to go actually get a couple more done tonight. That is so nice, going from Legends Quest to that, and I think you get more quest points for completing it. So I've decided to do all of the free-to-play quests, and they're so simple, so I'm going to go ahead and do these last two remaining. It's a nice switch up between, as I said, some quest that is just absolutely awful and just painful and repetitive and just the worst thing in the world, and then you just go and do a quest that's, you can literally make 2-minute noodles and still be waiting for them to cook by the time you finish this quest. I kind of screwed up. I completely forgot about this quest early game. It's actually a really good attack experience if you're a complete noob. I just want to see how quickly I can do it as a level 90. So 3 hit the vampire and 4.8k attack experience. So such an easy quest. So glad to get it done. And I think that's now 150 quest points. So what that means is if I want to block a Slayer monster task, I can now block up to 3 as opposed to 2. So it's actually pretty good. So some freebie quest points out of the way. I need to go buy some beers actually for Prince Ali Rescue. So I'm going to go ahead and buy my beers and then get stuck into it. I think as sad as it is to admit, no matter how easy the quest, and how long it is, I'm always going to look up a quest guide for it. But with all that said and done, Prince Ali Rescue has been completed. And that means that every single free-to-play quest is now done on this account. And I'm sitting pretty at 155 quest points. So I think yesterday I was at 134 quest points. And I was really not considering Barrow's Gloves much at all, to be honest. But now that I'm sitting at 155, I think I might actually, make my way and try and, open up that pathway to get Barrow's Gloves done. Because I feel like my stats, are capable of getting it finished. And there's no reason not to get them apart from laziness. So hopefully my mindset stays the same. And hopefully I can get close to getting Barrow's Gloves. So I'm going to say this so I do it. I'll be right back once I've done a few more quests, guys. Wish me luck. So, I gotta admit, I'm procrastinating a little bit at the bank. It's not all bad news though, because 52 crafting has just been achieved. Not to mention 1300 total, so I thought I would pop that in there. Normally I wouldn't put in a crafting level, but 1300 total is obviously really nice. It's a really good achievement, and I think the distance in between each 100, total level milestone, the gaps are going to increase every single time, so I thought I would just take this moment to celebrate 1300, but I guess I have to go to quests now, which is good, but I'll be right back once they're all done. I swear I'm not procrastinating right now. Totally not. Alright, so I'm not too sure if this is going to get me a level. It'll get me damn close. I know that for a fact. Let's see how close. 40 XP off. I'm tempted to just bury a bone in the bank. I think a dragon bone will get me there. I might actually do that. I will do that. It's going to be the first time I've intentionally buried a dragon bone. But what I thought I would do, considering that this series is recorded far in advance, is that I'll give you guys an update of where my total rank is. Because I get the feeling like, as it stands now, I think it's going to be the highest it's ever going to be. Unless I obviously train these two skills above 1. It's obviously a little bit of a handicap. But hopefully, I don't know how much they give. Apparently 72. There's 49 prayer. But my current rank, if I was to log out right now with 1301 total level, I would be ranked 20 in the Ironman high scores. So, bit of trivia. I don't think I'll really keep you guys updated with that, as I said, because it's going to change a lot every single day, and it's a little bit tedious to keep track of it. But that is where it stands right now. And now, it is time to do some quests. So there's not much that exceeds my burning passion for questing, but these two quests right here, the Throne of Miscellanea and Royal Trouble, kind of have to reverse that, I think. But these are probably one of the most, I'd say debatably the two most important quests for an Ironman account. The reason being is because the longer you have your kingdom running, the longer you have your little peasants collecting resources for you, the more resources obviously that you're going to get. It may cost a little bit of money, but if you have the ability to get this quest done and you have not done it, I highly suggest that you do, especially if you're an Ironman account. The benefits of this quest cannot be understated. I will be using the kingdom until I stop playing this game. That is how important I deem it to be. It's kind of like a daily thing that just gives you free stuff. I mean, it's not exactly free, but you know what I mean. So this is how I've allocated my resources for my little guys, my minions to collect me. This is subject to change, and it will change in the future. It's just what I put it on initially. But it is going to burn through my money a little bit, so I need to find ways of making money to sustain this, but I think 1.25 mil in the coffer should be enough for now. And with that said, guys, that should be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later in the next one. Also, the Mystic Robe bottoms and the Lava Battle Staff was also quite